All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome back to another Mortal Kombat 1 video. But this one is going to be a little bit different because we're actually going to be talking about some comparisons between, well, not really comparisons. It's more some positive changes that I feel have come from Mortal Kombat 11 to Mortal Kombat 1. So I guess I'll just be talking a little bit in general about MK11 versus MK1 and what are some of the changes that I absolutely love moving to MK1 from MK11. So leave a like on the video for another Mortal Kombat 1 video. I feel like there has been a lot of sort of negative, I don't want to say press because it's not really like press, but there's been some negativity about Mortal Kombat 1 and the movement, which, you know, I've been critical of, but it seems like it's been a little bit overboard with some people, more specifically people who don't even play Mortal Kombat games, which is a little bit sad. So I want to make this video and talk about the positives in Mortal Kombat 1 and what are some of the things that I absolutely love that are changing from MK11 to MK1, making the game, in my opinion, a lot better. So here we go. Number one, this one is something that some people might not agree with, but I actually really love the floaty jumps in this game. In MK11, the jump-in kicks, more specifically jump kicks, absolutely dominated that game. Cabal and his gas blast, air gas blast, whatever it's called, dominated in the air. Like, it was so hard to anti-air Cabal unless you did flawless blocks, unless you timed it down too perfectly and the Cabal player messed up. Jump-in attacks in MK11 were so good, and I really like the fact that the jump-in punches and jump-in kicks in this game are really floaty because it gives you a lot of time to anti-air. And if somebody tries to jump in on you, you anti-air them with a down 2. You could call in your cameo to continue your combo. Or you could do, you know, a stand 1 or something like that. But you have a lot more options and you have a lot more answers to jump-ins now that the jump-in kicks, jump-in punches are very floaty. So that is one thing that I love about MK1. It makes anti-airing so much easier. If you guys notice, there a lot of times my opponents didn't really jump because I would down to them or I would do, you know, some sort of anti-air. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't jump that much, because the jumps are so floaty and it's harder to get a jump-in punch, jump-in kick compared to MK11 or even MKX. Next up here, I think this is the thing that's my favorite change from MK11 to MK1 is the fact that characters have meterless launchers. Meterless launchers is something that was desperately needed in MK11 to open up the game's combo system. And I think meterless launchers, or launchers in general that don't cost resources, were saved more for crushing blows. And we'll talk about crushing blows in a bit. You guys know I'm so happy that crushing blows are not coming back in MK1. But crushing blow requirements and crushing blows is where most of the meterless launchers came from. And even with that mechanic, there were some characters like Jade who suffered a lot by not having meterless capture states, meterless combo extenders, meterless combos. I'll give you guys an example. Well, you guys know this example. We'll just check out. Let me see. All right, so anyway, I'll show you guys the negative example from MK11. Obviously, you guys know that Scorpion traditionally he's always had his spear have like a capture state, right? But in MK11, you didn't have that option. You had to spend 2 bars of meter to actually, if you started off your combo into your meter burn teleport, that meter burn teleport launches your opponent. That's completely fine. But then in MKX, for example, you hit him with the normal spear, it was going to capture your opponent so you could continue your combo. That ability was taken away from not only Scorpion, but the majority of the characters in MK11, making it very, very meter dependent. So every single character except for a couple, had combo potential, but it was very tied towards your meter. And as you guys see, even right there, right, like the beginning of Scorpion's combo. All right, you could just see like right from the start, Scorpion gets a nice combo right there. A combo like this was not really possible in Mortal Kombat. There you go. Look at that. In Mortal Kombat 11, combos like that weren't possible because Scorpion not only used one meterless launcher, he used two meterless launcher combos because he goes with the stand for two, whatever this is, the knee attack. Let me launch you up here. Boom, boom, launch you up. And then you do, I don't know what that is, maybe a forward three, like Noob Saibot had that kick as well. You do that forward three, so that's two meterless combo launchers or meterless launchers in general, which was desperately missing in MK11 because I feel like that game could have opened up a lot more if characters had a couple meterless launching combos and some of their combo or some of their special moves. If they didn't require a bar of meter, it could have opened up the game a lot more. And that's where Mortal Kombat 1 comes into play. Because this game, they gave characters, look at that, the spear. That's exactly what I was talking about. Spear leads into two meterless combo launchers from a meterless combo extender with the spear. Absolutely beautiful. I love that. Mortal Kombat 1, thank you so much for bringing the combos back that we desperately missed for Mortal Kombat 11. And by the way, this is not a video to like bash on MK11 because I love that game to death. I'm just comparing some of the things that MK1 is doing better than MK11 because I do feel like there was a little blueprint from MK11 because they had a solid foundation with MK11. There was just creativity and fun missing from that game that I feel like is being brought into Mortal Kombat 1. Look at that. I don't think there was any meter that was used in that situation. It was all combo extenders because in this game, you actually need 3 bars of meter plus your cameo character to use a breaker. Very expensive. So they opened up the game so every character could have meterless launchers and combo potential without needing to spend resources that could be used for breakers. So I think meterless launchers is one of the things that stood out to me the most about MK1 that is just such a amazing improvement from MK11. This one might be a little bit small and it might not happen the way I think it's going to happen. But if you guys played Mortal Kombat 1, you guys have noticed that the only brutality that was available in the stress test was the down 2 brutality. But one thing that I like is that there was no requirements for the brutality. It was just end the game with a down 2. That's it. Compared to the down 2 brutality in MK11, which in ranked matches, you have to not block for the entirety of the last round in order to get the down 2 brutality. I feel like NetherRealm listened to the criticism that myself and a lot of people gave to them about some of the brutality requirements in MK11. Let's go back to my gameplay here. Some of the brutality requirements in MK11 were just crazy. My thing was always like, let's let it rock. Make it really easy to get brutalities because that's one of the highlights about the new Mortal Kombat games from MKX. We want to get brutalities, and in MKX, it was pretty easy to get brutality ending combos. So I really hope that the brutality requirements are non-existent, or you just have to hold the button, hold up, hold down, hold forward. Stuff like that is completely fine as long as they're easy to do. Which gives me a little hope based on the fact that the down 2 brutality was just, all right, you just finish the match with down 2 and that's it. Another small change that might not be a big deal to some people, but it is to me, is the finish 'em screen. In Mortal Kombat 1, right here, perfect example, right? So in Mortal Kombat 1, there is a slowdown, okay? There is a slowdown. You guys are going to see me grab Sub-Zero here. Watch this slowdown, right? Boom. That slowdown right there signifies that the game is over. But the thing that I like about Mortal Kombat 1 compared to MK11 is that the finish him screen doesn't come out on screen until you either drop the combo or it doesn't come out at all if you finish the game with a brutality. That is a huge change already. And yes, I will even admit the slowdown is still annoying. The slowdown is still annoying. I don't know what the reason for the slowdown even is. I think it's pretty clear for most people that the life bar is gone. But it's a huge improvement because the finish screen used to pop up on MK11 and it used to slow your character down by a lot. And it was really hard and annoying to finish some brutality combos that required very specific timing, very specific amount of distance, dash up, stuff like that. But in this game, I have been able to finish my combo more times than I've dropped it. And the only times that I dropped it is more so because, the timing of the game, just overall, I'm not used to. But for the most part, I'm able to finish my combo normally, like I do in MKX, that once the game is actually out, you'll be able to lead that combo into a brutality. It's still not as good as MKX because MKX, there was no slowdown. It was just, all right, whenever you drop the combo, the finish screen will pop up. We won't have a slowdown or anything, but I will definitely take what we have in MK1 compared to MK11. I think that's a huge change for me personally and for anyone who wants to get brutality finishes. All right, now let's get on to the meat and potatoes here. So obviously, I am so happy that there are no more crushing blows. Oh my God. There are multiple reasons, which I'll go over right now. Number one, it was such a pain in the ass to have crushing blows interrupt the game every couple of minutes for YouTube. You guys know YouTube just doesn't like Mortal Kombat content. They always flag it for not being ad friendly, or they age restrict Mortal Kombat content because of the simulated violence, right? Crushing blows made that so much worse because there was just a zoom in on, see, this is a slowdown right here. Look, I was able to finish my combo. The only reason that I dropped it is because I don't have the timing down with all these combos, but I was able to finish it normally. Once the game comes out and we get practice mode, I'll be able to finish that into a brutality. But back to crushing blows. Just for me personally as a YouTuber, for every other YouTuber, you guys saw a lot of, you guys still see it right now with fatal blows in MK1. There's a lot of censorship, and that is because YouTube is so strict with the simulated combat in MK1, MK11, it's just Mortal Kombat games in general. They're very strict on it. So the fact that there are no more crushing blows to have to censor for some people, I didn't really censor them because it didn't affect my videos as much. I don't know why. I guess because, well, I did censor like fatalities and all that. To me, like fatal blows, excluding maybe a couple, wouldn't really trigger the demonetization as much as something like a fatality. But it still definitely triggered it. I just got tired of editing the videos, to be honest with you guys. So I just let it rock, and more videos than not have been normally monetized. But especially early on in Mortal Kombat 1 or 11's life cycle, it was so hard. Every video, demonetized, age restricted. And whenever that happens, it just stops the growth of the video, and it doesn't push out the video to potential newer viewers. And you have to be 18, like your account has to be 18 and over to actually watch the video. So crushing blows not being in the game is such a huge positive in my opinion. But to be honest, like gameplay wise, it was just very, very annoying. It was annoying because you had to change the way you played to base your game around crushing blows, right? And the game system was based around crushing blows. Instead of having meterless launchers, like I was talking about earlier, they wanted to save those meterless launchers for a punish crushing blow. There was just different ways that you had to play the game based on what character you're using. You had to stock up for this crushing blow to save it for the next round instead of being able to play the game normally. So I just think overall crushing blows was just too much of a distraction for me. I never really liked them. Actually, I did like them before. So during the beta, you could actually stock up your crushing blows, or if you punish with a normal punish, for example, I use Scorpion again. If you punish with like 1-1, right, but it's a punish counter, you could actually use your crushing blow that is meant to be a punish counter in the middle of your combo. So, for example, he has forward 3-4, which is a crushing blow if you punish with it. In the beta for the game, you don't have to punish with that crushing blow, but if you do punish your opponent, you could use that crushing blow mid combo. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but you could use your punish crushing blow at any time. You didn't like literally have to punish with that crushing blow. So I like the way the crushing blows were then, because then it opened up the game a lot more. But they changed it and they made it the way it ended up being, which in my opinion was just overall distracting. And you know, it's just I just really didn't enjoy the crushing blow mechanics. I was pretty vocal about that from like way back. So yeah, I just never really liked the crushing blow. I also think it just took away from the flow of the game. Like, yeah, they were cool at the beginning, seeing like the X-ray and everything, but having like crushing blow after crushing blow after crushing blow kind of like pause the game there for a second for the animation to pop up. As a viewer watching tournaments, it was always like, oh, all right, I just want to see these guys fight. I don't want to keep seeing a crushing blow animation every like minute or so. So I just never really liked them. So I'm happy that MK1 got rid of those crushing blows. Next up here, I think we could all agree that we're happy that Mortal Kombat 1 got rid of the breakaway system from Injustice and MK11. Oh my god, it was so annoying to get a punish on my opponent, start my combo string, and then have my opponent break away at the perfect time and then punish me for punishing them. I don't think I need to go over why breakaways were so bad. I think we're all in agreement that breakers are the way to go, and we're happy that breakaway is not returning MK1. So that's a huge improvement right there from MK11. All right, last two here I think go together. Custom variations, custom skins, customization of the skins. Overall, I think that, you know, it had its time in the sun, but I think it's about time we go back to a little bit more traditional. The reason I like the more traditional skins is because I feel like NetherRealm sort of, I don't know what the right word is. I don't know what the right word is to describe this, but I feel like they needed to create custom gear and a bunch of like custom modifications for your character, that they ended up making a lot of things that looked pretty similar to each other. If you see a lot of Cassie Cage's custom gear from MK11, you could definitely tell that there's a lot of things that look very similar to each other. And I mean, you could only do so much and create so much that's new, and you could only create so much that's like completely brand new and not similar to something else that you're creating, when you have like 30 different little robots following you, right? 30 different like variations of the same robot. So there was a lot of gear that looked exactly the same, compared to, for example, just even Cassie in Mortal Kombat X. You know, she only had about 5 skins, but all of them looked great. They were all unique. So I'm very happy that just normal skins are going to be returning, because a lot of times most people, including myself, we just went for the classic looking skins anyways. Like for Katana, I always went for her classic MK2, MK3 costume. The only one that I preferred over that was I forgot what the hell it's called, but the one with the hat, that one was really good. But that's just the skin that they could have for the game anyway. So I really, really am happy that we're getting traditional normal skins back. And I'm also happy that we're not getting variations anymore, because I feel like they were done perfectly in MKX. All 3 variations for each character played very unique, and there was actually people who could main one character and just switch from variation to variation to variation, and that could cover pretty much the entire roster. But I feel like as time went on with custom variations and everything, I feel like it got a little bloated. There was a lot of moves that just were useless, and most people just ended up using the same variation anyway because there was just too much like bloated moves that were useless. So I'm just very happy that every character is just going to get a huge moves list. You know, each character has a bunch of different moves that are unique, and not all of them are going to be useful. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's still going to be some bloated moves, and the moves list is still going to be bloated because there's a lot of combo strings that no one's going to use. But it's better to have that than to have like custom variations where there's just too much. There's just too much that you're never going to use. It did add for some good variety, I will say that. Like for Terminator, having the endoskeleton ability was good for YouTube videos, but it was not good to actually use in a real match. So I guess in that sense, variation-wise, variety-wise, just the novelty factor of having something that's completely useless and using it for a YouTube video, I'm going to miss that. But I'll take having like a complete character and having everything at their disposal over, you know, making a couple YouTube videos here and there with, you know, some of these novelty moves that no one's ever going to use. So overall, I just really love the direction that MK1 is going. And, you know, as much as you guys have been hearing some criticism from myself and a lot of people about the movement, about the dash blocking, about, you know, some of the stiffness that some animations have, I feel like this game has the potential to be the best Mortal Kombat game of all time. And gameplay-wise, I feel like they're going in the right direction because there's a lot of improvements from MK11 that I was personally asking for, a lot of people were asking for, that they listened to. And I'm sure that they're going to keep listening to the community and keep making MK1 the best that it could be. I just really can't wait. Honestly, even the beta, I really don't think that the game is going to be the best that it could be during the beta in August. I just can't wait to see when the game is fully out, what things they change from now, getting information and feedback from the stress test. I can't wait to see how much things change over the course of the next 2 months. It's going to be really exciting looking back at all the changes that come in the future, because obviously they've even mentioned it. They hear everyone's feedback and they're going to be taking a look at everything. So I can't wait, guys. But that's it for me. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Just a little comparison between MK11 and MK1 and a lot of the things that I enjoy or that I love that are a huge improvement, in my opinion, from MK11 to MK1. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time.